Florida State and Clemson have sued the ACC because it's too expensive to get us, like $90 million or something crazy to try to get out of their deal with the
I better hope
ACC.
Florida State or Clemson or Miami don't win the title this year. I mean, when I say y'all, I'm talking about the media that is against the ACC and against those three teams. Because I really don't think the ACC has been doing a good job with those three universities, in my opinion. And the ACC to me should not be a third conference.
Right. It should be up there.
It should be up there. It shouldn't be like, like the second level in tiers. It shouldn't be like the second tier. It should be right up there with the SEC and the Big Ten.
It should be theoretically, but
I mean, yeah,
with the lawsuit that's going on right now, FSU and Clemson, they're looking to get the buyout rate a little lower so that they can buy their way out of the ACC. The only thing
but nobody wants them. Well, at least for Florida State, no other conference is trying to include them.
That is right. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday. The SEC, Greg Sankey has come out and said publicly, we're worried about our 16 teams. Not looking to expand. We're worried about our 16 teams. And then privately, you've heard the SEC telling Florida State and Clemson, seriously, don't. No.
But I would think the SEC would want Florida State to be in there because Florida has not been very good in recent years, and the state of Florida is very pivotal in college football. So therefore, if you're able to get two of the biggest teams in the state of Florida in your conference, you're at least giving yourself a chance that one of these teams will be good and be competing for SEC championships, college football playoff spots, and a college football playoff title.
I'm glad you bring that up, Vlad, because that would make sense, but that's not what these conference realignments
they don't
are
care
about.
No, they care about cents. They don't care about cents.
It is about eyeballs, viewership, and the money that it can make.
It's all about dollars and cents. It's not about common sense.
And I'll tell you why the SEC does not care about Florida State and Clemson.
Why is that?
Number one, let's go with Florida State. What do they add?
What do you mean add? What do they add?
What eyes do they add? They're right near, geographically, Florida. They add no new eyes. Nothing.
They got some beautiful women out there.
Okay, Greg Sankey's not worried about beautiful women right now.
Beautiful women drives attendance.
But what I'm saying, you don't market-wise add anything if you get Florida State.
Okay, but what others, like, all right, let me ask you this. All right, Florida State's in Tallahassee, right?
Yeah.
All right. What's popping in Tuscaloosa?
Well, the thing is, you get the states of Alabama. That's what you get.
So, but you got two teams. But you got two teams in the state of Alabama,
right?
And Auburn isn't that great,
right? But this is the thing; those are already long-term SEC.
So
people.
Okay, but you're also accepting Oklahoma and Texas, who was in the Big 12.
Once again, you get into the Central Texas, Austin market, and
but you already there. But you already there with Texas A&M.
Texas A&M is Houston market.
Okay, but you're in the state of Texas, correct?
Now you get Dallas too. You get those eyeballs from Oklahoma.
You were gonna get, but they're gonna get that regardless.
But how are they gonna get that regardless without those teams? You can't go to a contract and say you're getting those eyes.
You're gonna get those guys, bro.
Okay,
it's the SEC. It's the biggest conference.
What I'm saying is,
and here's the other thing. No, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. You're right.
Acting. You said it's about sense, and I'm making sense of what everything is. It's about the money.
It's about. When I said sense, it's not about common sense. It's about dollars and cents. That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Florida State doesn't bring anything because you don't get any extra eyeballs. Therefore, you can't charge a higher rate.
Where's
Clemson located?
Clemson is located in South Carolina.
Who's in the SEC from South Carolina?
South Carolina.
So what eyeballs are you adding?
But South Carolina's not that good.
Doesn't matter.
You're adding. Dude, it's about winning.
It has no, it's not.
It's got to be about winning for the conferences because you know what? If your conference doesn't win, nobody's watching you.
Adding teams right now for a conference like the SEC is about adding eyeballs. That's what it's about. That's why I say.
No, you're right.
The SEC would way rather prefer Miami over Florida State. Why?
Because of the market. You're right.
Florida's market.
You're right. I get it. Tallahassee's too close to Gainesville. I get it. Okay, I get that.
Clemson's too close.
But you also want the best teams.
They'll make them good. Look what they did with Missouri. Missouri was a terrible football school. Man. Now they're great. Why? Because the SEC says step it up.
You want great
school money.
But this is what happens now that you add Oklahoma and Texas in there. That means those Mississippi State schools are going to be bad. They were already bad from before. They're going to continue being bad. So if you want a super conference, get those teams out of there and put the real teams. You got to be, I'm sorry, folks, but Clemson, Miami, and Florida State is way better than Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, and whatever horrible SEC team there.
But they're grandfathered in. That's the thing. They've been in the conference for so long.
I get you grandfathered in, but you're also taking other teams.
Right.
You're taking other teams, you're taking other big programs. Like, let's not act like Florida State's not a big program.
No, it is.
We're not going to act like University of Miami's not a big program, and we can't act like Clemson, because Clemson was whooping all you SEC asses not too long ago.
Miami's doing the right thing by staying out of it.
They're quiet.
Let Florida State, let Clemson get their hands dirty.
They're quiet. Let them do it to see how we can maneuver
it's
around.
A smart move.
I get it.
I give Dan Radakovich credit if he's doing this. He's said that they're strong with the ACC, but hey, why let them get their hands dirty if the price is right and we can get out and go to the SEC? Apparently, they like the Big Ten, and the Big Ten likes Miami because of the academics and the program and everything like that. I think the SEC would be interested in Miami simply because of this market that they could get into.
Here's the key.
But I could see Florida State and Clemson getting into the Big Ten because that does give Big Ten a different.
I think they should go to the Big 12.
They also said the Big 12 not overly excited about getting Florida State and the Clemson.
But Big 12 can't be talking either. Big 12 don't have no big. Big 12 don't got no big team there. Their biggest team is Colorado.
Right, and that's just because of Coach Prime.
And don't tell me they don't want Florida, because Florida State's bigger than UCF.
Florida State is bigger than UCF?
Yes.
As far as program-wise?
Yeah.
Okay, student body, UCF's larger, but
yeah, I mean, student body, yeah, I mean, it's grown, but I mean, I'd rather still go to Florida State.
Right.
Florida won women to guy ratio.
Yeah, oh yeah, Florida State's crazy, man. And plus you got FAMU right there too. It's just
and TCC.
But I could easily see the Big 12. That would be a good move for them because it would get more competition in the conference. It would get different sets of eyes. You could probably charge.
And I think the Big 10 would want to go to the South, because if you're already taking teams from the West in USC and UCLA, right? And you got Rutgers and Penn State in the East, you would have every region,
every corner.
Every corner of the United States marketed.
UCLA, USC,
West Coast.
You got the University of Washington.
So
you got that corner. You got Rutgers and Maryland on that corner.
You got that in the East.
And then you come down
and Penn State. Don't forget Penn State.
And Penn State. Then you come down to get Florida State.
You get Florida State, Miami.
Clemson. Let's just say right now.
You get the South, and then you're already in the middle.
You have to basically divide up your conference into two divisions.
No, they're not even doing that.
They're not even doing that, but I mean, like, that's crazy that Florida State, if they get in, would have to fly all the way across the country, or Miami would get in to play Washington sometime.
That's money, baby.
Great trip.
You said it. That's what dollars and cents make.
They don't care.
They don't care. I mean, look at what's happening this year. They're playing Virginia Tech on a Friday night, and then what?
Cal.
They go into Cal the following week on a Saturday.